everyone, this is Agent Vickie with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, and this is
Ron Jones with Citywide Home Loans.
So Ron, how much do I need for a down payment?
You don't need anything for a down payment. We have zero down programs. We have 100% financing, various options. We even have grant programs. We can do grants through local communities. We can do grants through special interest groups. If you need help with a down payment, that's something we should definitely consider. But you don't need a down payment to get into a home.
Okay, so from my experience, some of those grants actually change from time to time, right?
They do, actually. Some of the community grants, county grants, they'll post a certain amount of money, and if they run out of money, you have to wait for that to renew. So it's important to act fast. If you know you need a down payment, get with us, and let's make sure that we can get access to those funds.
Oh my gosh. I mean, having a grant is like amazing because, I mean, if you're hooked up with a lender like Ron, then he totally knows when these grants are coming or when they expire, so you know the window of opportunity to get in and take advantage of that. So I think
Absolutely.
That's really cool. Okay, so what does my credit score need to look like in order to purchase a home?
You know, the better it is, the better programs we have access to. But if you have a large down payment, we've had people get loans with a 500 credit score. I know that seems unrealistic, but those aren't the greatest programs out there. Obviously, the higher the better. Most lenders revolve around 620 and above. Some go down to, we go down to 600 on a normal basis, 580 on an FHA loan. Mm-hmm. But every 20 points you increase your score, you get breaks on your interest rate. So, and vice versa. If you go down, you're hurting yourself. So it's important to pay your bills on time and make sure that you keep a clean credit profile.
Okay, so if I'm going FHA, because there's some really great advantages with going FHA, but my credit score is around like 600, like would that adjust like the interest rate?
It will a little bit, not terribly, because FHA is that's what they're there for. They're there to help you get into a home with little to no money down, and they don't want to penalize you with the interest rate because of that. So that's what they're there for.
Okay. And what happens if you pull my credit? Like, will that make my credit score go down?
Great question. So that's actually a myth out there that people think that every time they have an inquiry, their credit score drops. That's not necessarily the case. I guess the best way to explain it is in the early days of credit reports, every time you pulled your credit, people would run it multiple times, and multiple inquiries in a short period of time could affect your credit score. But each time you pull your credit, it does not affect your credit score.
Okay. And so what documents do you need from me if I was applying for a loan for a first time?
So typically you're going to want to gather your your last 30 days pay stubs. You're going to want to gather your last 2 years W-2s, your last 2 years tax returns, and your last 2 months bank statements, and then some ID like a driver license.
Okay, so what if I'm self-employed? Does that change things a little bit?
It will a little bit. You won't have pay stubs, but we still have to have business licenses, things like that. And typically they'll average the last 2 years of your income, so you need to be self-employed for the last 2 years in most cases.
Okay, cool. That was my other question is what if I have a new job? Like how long do I have to be in that job for to qualify?
If it's W-2, salaried or hourly, you can actually get into a home with a 30-day pay stub.
Woo!
Some things to think about though, if you're changing jobs and you go into a commission type job or self-employment, it's going to take at least a year or two because they have to average that income.
Yeah, they got to prove that you have that income, right?
Right.
Okay, so how long does the process take?
Generally, it's a 30-day process. We do close loans pretty quickly. I have had a couple this month that we've closed in less than 15 days.
Wow.
They move quick if we need to, but most contracts are written around 30 days.
Okay.
So that's a good time frame to kind of gauge when you're packing things up and getting ready to move. Just plan on about 30 days.
Okay. What other programs do you have available?
So we mentioned FHA. So that's the government sponsored type stuff that's pretty versatile. We have VA loans, we have conventional loans, USDA, so rural housing. Most of that around here is up above, north of Salt Lake, about an hour north of Salt Lake, and some out west. But those are great loans. We also have reverse mortgages, which are also known as home equity conversion mortgages. We have a guy in our office that's all he does is reverse mortgages.
I have met him and he's awesome.
Absolutely. They're great loans for seniors and helps you, get ready for retirement and things like that. So
Yeah.
we love those loans as well.
Would you say that reverse mortgages are becoming more and more popular?
You know what? They are.
Yeah.
They had some bad publicity, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. There's a lot of regulation there now, just like the rest of the mortgages that we deal with. We are seeing a lot better loan programs. There's a lot of protection for our seniors, and they have a great program. They're taking off like crazy right now.
Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing that we need to tell these people about in terms of home loans?
No, just get prepared. I mean, if your dream is to own a home, let us help you realize that dream. We can help you fix credit if needed. We can look for those grants like we mentioned. If you want to be in a home, call us. Let's help you get into a home.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Ron, for coming in and asking those tricky questions, or those most commonly asked questions that I get asked, he gets asked. But it's all to help you to get into a home. And I really love that there are grants available to you. And if you're like sitting there in a rental, then you should totally be talking to Ron.
Absolutely.
So how do we contact you, Ron?
Call me at 801-403-3971, or you can email me at rjones@citywidehomeloans.com.
Okay, and just to clarify, you do Utah home loans, right?
Absolutely. We do Utah. Our office also does Idaho, California, Texas, Louisiana. We've got several states that we're licensed in. If you're looking for a home in another state, call us. I'm sure I know somebody that can help you.
These guys are awesome, like legit awesome. Okay, and if you're looking for a house to purchase, then you can call me, Agent Vickie, at 801-882-9102. Thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Thanks so much.